And we're live. Hey guys, welcome to Crypto Talk Now Live with Max, Larry, and Sean, and of course Patches, your family-friendly crypto dog is here. Let's say hello to Max. Max, how are you doing this evening?
I'm doing good. I have some breaking news. It's going to be quite something to talk about, to say the least. It's regards to the UK government, but we're going to allow more and more people to filter in, because I think, if anything, it would be better if we went about that way. But really excited to do this show. But first, before we get more into it, I didn't have a chance to give the proper hello and greeting to this wonderful person right here, and that is Sean, the Crypto Smith. And on top of that, Waddy, the Crypto Hunter, who just joined. Thank you for joining us, guys. We'll start with Sean first. Sean, how are you doing?
Honestly, I'm pretty good. Can't complain. Doing well.
Good to hear.
All right, cool. Yeah, and I apologize, Sean, for the last minute of me sending you the Twitter or the StreamYard link. So the problem is I'm sending all these people different links, like the ones that were coming on tonight, and then the ones that couldn't make it, I'm messaging them for next week. And I apologize. I missed you. I was just telling Max he needs to teach me how to make a group for Twitter so I can send out that link to everybody that's coming in to the show, if like just one message. So I apologize. That was my fault for forgetting to send you the link.
Yeah, no problem.
So, and how are you doing, Waddy?
I am fine, thank you. How are you guys?
We're doing great. Before we get into it too much here, you are watching the CTN Crypto Roundtable, Crypto Talk Now Live, of course. Eddie T says, "What's up?" Smash the like button and sub. Let's go. Sobo is here. Hey, everyone. Thank you so much, Sobo. Tim Shea says, hey. It's kind of not a surprise, because Tim Shea always says, hey. That's what he says. And he's saying hello to everybody. He is the crypto commissioner. Brian Dowie. What's up, guys? So pumped. Larry got myself a new... you got yourself a bidet. Oh, we talked about that a long time ago. Did you really get a bidet?
Oh, he got a bidet for scratching or for cleaning your backside, right? Remember that?
Yeah.
Crocodile Dundee, because you know how to use it in movie.
Man, they're expensive. I can think of a lot more things to buy than a bidet. Let's see. Sobo says, great Quant video, Max.
Yeah, thanks. That was a really long, extended deep dive. But I mean, I was just like, there's the guy that put that whole thread together. I mean, he just really deserved a lot of credit. I'm really glad to follow people who need to be followed, if you will. But yeah, it was something on which I was like, should I just put this on a live premiere? Then I thought, nah. Then the YouTube algorithm doesn't kick into the whole thing of it being a recorded. So I was like, I'll just put it out as recorded.
So saying hello to Brian Dowie and Coochie Boy. Everyone's saying hello to each other. Let's make sure we don't forget anybody. Rayanne is here. I eat bread and veggies soup. I'm just ready. Bring it, Max and Larry. I don't know how we went. We went from talking about a bidet to we don't want to mix those two things together. Queen Perseverance is here, and she says, hey, guys, this is Waddy's wife, of course. Thank you for being here.
Hello, Queen. Hello, Waddy.
Hi, Ben.
Coochie Boy. Hello.
Even though she is literally
hi, guys.
sitting behind me.
Oh, there she is. How about that?
The power of the metaverse. No, I'm kidding. Good to see you. Thanks for being here.
Coochie Boy says hello to Max, Waddy, Sean, and Mr. Larry. Thank you so much.
Hey, Coochie Boy.
What's going on, boy?
I'm just making sure I don't forget anybody as we're scanning through here. You see, glad you're back. Sorry about yesterday.
Oh, by the way, Larry, in case Daniel doesn't make it, he was actually stuck in the airport.
Yes, he messaged me earlier today. I guess he was stuck in Orlando. He said he wasn't sure if he could make it or not. But yeah, that's cool.
Larry's gonna give him a nickname like he gives everybody. He's gonna be like, welcome, Daniel. Don't call me Overlaid Gayton. Welcome to the show. You know, he always does that. You know?
Yeah. Well,
Daniel, don't call me Carlos Delgado or something.
Well, I got to give him credit. I mean, he's working hard, obviously flying around the country, working. So, but yeah, he's like, a real trooper, because I said, look, man, you don't have to come on tonight. Come on another night. And he's like, oh, if I can come on during the airport, I will. So we're going to make some programming announcements soon. But hello, guys. Buenos noches. Buenos nachos.
Well, he
Well,
said
buenas noches.
he said buenos nachos instead of saying buenas
Yeah, that was
noches.
on purpose. That was on purpose. He probably eating some nachos.
Oh man, how about
So-
that, Larry? When you get it right, Patch is looking at me and saying, "This is not." You know what? I gotta tell you something funny about Patches. He's staring at me right now. He was doing this on Sean's show, so it was going to be a good show until the internet crapped out. The Spectrum was here today, but Patches was standing, looking at me defiantly because I once in a while do a show at Maria at 3:00, and he's standing there, and I'm like, Patches, lay down. Patches, make your bed. He was just standing there, like as if to say, Larry, this is not in my contract. I only signed up for one show a day. You can't make me do 2 shows in one day. I can't sleep that much. So that's what was going on with Patches. It's funny. But buenos noches or nachos. Thank you for being here
Nachos.
with cheese.
It's good to see Patches as being a good mutt today instead of just, the stereotypical droopy, the basset hound. So, hi, Patches. Good to know.
Oh, he just blew you a kiss. You see that? He stuck his tongue out. Crypto Lounge, Michael.
I'm staring at the backside.
What's up, guys? Beautiful night for some breaking news. And let's see who else is here. Cassius, don't call me Cassius Clay, but call me Cassius Space. Hey, guys, nice to see you. Thank you for coming back. Haven't seen you in a long time. Does he have his chicken there? Oh, he's got his chicken still. Okay. And
God, what movie was that? Oh, yeah, Napoleon Dynamite. Do the chickens have large talons? Remember that movie? Anyway.
Some call me Mario, but I prefer to be called Mario. Good evening, gentlemen. Thank you for being here. He's here. Super Mario is here. Crypto Lounge, Michael. Hey, Queen, and hey, Eddie.
Hey, Michael.
Daniel, don't call me Carlos Delgado. I'm here.
Whoa.
Now the party can start.
New avatar. Hello. Good to see you, Daniel. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I see that. Big Watch Dude, what's up? Max and Larry, CTN family, which is also Sean and Waddy is here.
Hey, Watch Dude.
Oh, Ryan is helping with the programming. He said, let's start with XLM. Please, glad to see Max with you guys. All right, so what do you want to talk about first, Max? Let's get everybody involved and make it a great show. And we're excited that all of you have joined us. Hit the like button if you would, because it kind of helps us out with the algorithm.
All right, so we have some breaking news in regards to the UK government. This is hot, juicy stuff. I'm just going to be flat out blunt and honest about it. It's like perfect timing. It really, really is. So before we get right into the specifics, a while back, I'm going to say roughly 2 weeks, maybe a month at the most, there was a particular gentleman that we showed a clip in regards to his background with, for instance, central banks of Europe and so on. He was an older gentleman. To be honest, the name kind of escapes me at the moment. The point is this. He outlined in a particular clip that we shared with you guys on the live more than about 2 or 3 times how he was stating literally how CBDCs would roll out and the impact of that and how it first will start literally with certain, classes of people depending on their income. What you're going to see right here is that particular news. So I'm going to go ahead and share this right now with you guys because this is really something else. I was blown away by this, to say the least. And I'm going to go ahead and show this right here. And it'll also be good to talk about in regards to our particular roundtable discussion. So this right here, it says, oh, look, universal basic income starting in the UK now in 2023. So still thinking that this is going to take 20 years. Yeah, all that talk about, a lot of these things were being introduced were talked about many years ago. Let's face it, all the way back to, I want to say about 2007, stuff like that from the World Economic Forum. Other people basically mentioned this to me. Shout out to one of my best friends, Mike Wool. He used to talk about all this stuff years ago, and I never took him serious, to be honest. I just thought, I don't know. Now, it's literally coming here full force, to say the least. So it says, still think there's much time left, probably nothing. It includes XRP and stuff like that. But my key takeaway is actually what's going on with Quant. And now we're going to listen to this for just a moment. It's not very long, but it really makes you think, oh my goodness, because you saw, for instance, how Gilbert got back not that long ago from working with MIT. You saw, for instance, how he basically, we drew that the quant connection, if you will, and so on. And it's like now when we line this all up with the whole concept of this utility run and look out for these specific ones that have this specific utility, it's just like, oh gosh, now I really do have to go make another quant video. Anyway, here we go. It's about, I don't know, a couple minutes or so, and then we'll come right back.
Today, we've announced that this spring, millions of those on the lowest incomes will get £301 directly into their bank accounts. This is the first of several payments direct from the government to the most vulnerable people's pockets in 2023 and early 2024. In addition, there will be 2 more payments for low-income families of around £300, meaning they will receive up to £900. On top of this, for many pensioners, there is an extra £300. And for millions of disabled people, an additional £150 payment. This all means some households could receive as much as £1,350. No one will need to apply for any of these payments as they are paid automatically. This is all part of a £26 billion package for 2023 and beyond to help every household in the UK with the rising cost of living. They build on similar payments sent to millions of families last year as we continue to shield those in need from global pressures fueling rising prices.
All right. So I saw that to myself, or I saw that earlier, and I said to myself, this is really something else. And you know, people can basically call it perfect timing, whatever the case be. I do think it is a combination of a few things: perfect timing, and you know, when we talk about the utility of these specific, you know, ISOs, right? We're always talking about the ISOs. I take something like this and I say to myself, wow, you know, this rollout is happening at speed that I never really thought would be here this soon. Now, the start basically was the UK government, and we have seen multiple sources basically state it would start there. You know, you have, for instance, Gilbert Verdian and that connection to the UK Prime Minister, so on and so forth. I think this is the start of many different CBDCs. They're going to have a massive rollout. For instance, on top of that, you heard, for instance, the whole thing with the BRICS countries and so on. Shout out to, for instance, I got to stop saying, for instance, Coach JV and some of these other guys for pointing some of these things out. But I don't know. How do you guys feel about this? I feel as though I'm that much more bullish on the likes of real utility coins like Quant, XRP, XLM, XDC, you name it, because now we see that this is coming into full fruition. Whoever would like to take this first, please go ahead and do so.
So I'll take a stab at it. I mean, obviously, not obviously. I'm going to say I may or may not disagree with them giving away money, you know, for nothing, right? That's just my view living here in the U.S. But the UK is a much smaller country, so it's fine. I think there's like 60 million people there compared to, you know, 5 times that here in the U.S. So it'd be a little more costly here to try to do that. But yes, bullish on the fact that you can literally see day to day these things, you know, coming true. Like actually they're actually another step forward, you know, another step closer. Instead of something that's 5 years away, 10 years away, we know it's, you know, it's literally right around the corner. So I'm with you on the bullishness, but you know, I'm a little the more I do research on CBDCs and some of these other countries that are coming out with it, the more it scares me. So, I mean, obviously, you know, we can't stop it, and hopefully we're here to profit from it. So that's my take.
Well, thank you for that. How about you, Wadi? How about you? You know, have you been following this? How do you feel about it? I mean, I understand maybe not the whole concept of the CBDC because of the doom and gloom, but my attitude is I don't want to be on the sideline. What's your perspective on this?
I mean, okay, so this is something that whether we want to or not is still gonna happen. Like, for example, yesterday, I was reading about INX token, which I sent you some information about it. And INX is gonna be working with ZigPa. I think that's how you pronounce it. So them working with that, they're gonna work with all the central bank, the governments, and all that in order to create that digital token or create the digital ecosystem. So if they're giving away free money, hey, if the public could use it, great. Now, as far as everything else, it's like I said, it's just something that whether we want to or not, it is going to happen. So I'm okay with it.
Max, did you hear in there anywhere where she said the term universal basic income or no? Because that's basically what she's alluding to. I know we
Yes.
heard that a few years ago.
Yeah, the significance in regards to this is, for instance, that particular gentleman who did a lot of work with the central banks a while back and so on. He was alluding to that, when they start rolling out these CBDCs in particular, like in the UK and so on, he mentioned that some of the lower income families were going to be affected first. They're going to have that particular rollout, and that, it could be a price range of, like, for instance, £3,000 or more. And then he mentioned that the top 1% and whatnot, those people and so on would not see a single dime, not until like much further down the road, as an incentive to kind of kick this thing off. Whether we want to agree with some, of course, the free handouts or whatever the case be, they want to, I guess you could say, trigger the mechanism or the utility of this by getting that going. Like, it's like a jump start of the new the monetary system and so on. So it's no longer a case of just being speculative and here's what could possibly happen. You're literally seeing it, like you mentioned, Sean. Like, it's literally day by day now. At this point, it's rolling out, and it's here whether we like it or not. As far as the whole crazy stuff with what is it? You'll own nothing and you'll be happy. I mean, gosh, I'm not all for that at all. But I'll be darned if at school teacher wages, I'm going to sit on the sidelines and not recognize the utility of some of these particular cryptos that are tied in to this new monetary system. And that's what excites me, because if anything, it's just, at the end of the day, I'm in it for opportunity. So
let me just bring in the audience here to say hello to everybody. Make sure we didn't forget anyone. Bitcoin BMW is here. Thank you so much for being here. As we move through, Cool Cat Crypto, rumors that Ripple settled with the SEC for $1.3 billion. Be careful, because some of these guys will make videos just to get views. But yeah, well, we'll see if it happens. Right now, I looked when you said that Ripple's not doing anything but down 1.2%. So we'll have to, get confirmation of that. But it is a rumor right now. Brian Dowie, no way that's true. Just heard it. I don't know who T is. Big Watch Dude. Hey, Cool Cat. How reliable is the rumor? Crypto. Hey, how about that? Watermelon sugar high. Crypto high, in fact. Good evening, CTN team. Thank you.
Good to see you, crypto.
Let's see here. Rumors Ripple already settled at 1.3 billion floating online on Twitter. Salamander Space. So if anybody has any more information on that, we'll see where it's coming from.
Yeah, I'm looking that up now.
Yeah, what makes it a little bit, not believable to me is that nothing's happening with the price, but
yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
we would have seen it like shoot up like crazy.
So long story short, there's still hope for Larry. You're holding on.
Yeah.
Well, I called last June. Last June, I said that the case would be over in January. So I guess actually, if it's over in January, it'll make me look good there at least. But yeah, I do have to get XRP still. Ripple better get everything they wanted if they're paying the $1.3 billion fine. That's a hefty fine. I don't think that this rumor's true. Hello to JW. Thoughts on Wire shutting down pertaining to the Stellar Foundation? That's a good question. You have any information on that, Max, or do we need to check on that?
I don't have any information regarding that. That's a shame, because there's also a token, or I should say a coin, that's specifically using that. So
Boomer F and Sooners here is saying hello to all of us. He's saying hello to, let me just bring this up so Waddy's not cut off. Larry, Max, Mighty Max, Super Waddy, excellent Sean, and Furry Patches. Okay. That's kind of funny. All right, let's just make sure we got everybody in here because I want to share something. Oh, there's somebody else here. Grizzly Bear Greg Grar. He's here. Hello, everyone. Thank you. And let us do this. Let us welcome our guests one more time by showing you their Twitter pages. And I'm going to take this down right here. And this is Waddy, the crypto hunter. So guys, go ahead and follow. He's got a good following on Twitter, which is where we're headed. Max and I and the rest of the CTN family here, the network, all you guys are part of the family. We're trying to push more on Twitter because we have a good plan lined up behind the scenes, but we think that Twitter is going to be bigger than even YouTube for crypto influencers and content creators, I guess you could say. So this is him right here. You can follow him at Waddy, the crypto hunt right here. And Daniel Gates not here, but we'll talk about him real quick. At DGaten30. And then, of course, Max is here. We never talk about Max's Twitter, but he's really got a lot of followers.
I gotta get that fixed, man. Everybody that uses the dark mode, my logo looks all jacked up. So I don't know. I'm gonna have to work on that. But sorry.
Okay. But you can follow him, of course, at DPGmaximus. Myself at Crypto Talk Now 21. And let us get Sean in here right here, the Crypto Smith. Crypto Smith. Is he on here? Here he is. Okay, it's all one word. So on Twitter, it's at Sean CryptoSmith. And then we'll get in and talk about your YouTube channels a little later, but we want to make sure the audience knows where to find you guys. There's a few more people we want to say hello to, and then we'll kick it back into the roundtable discussion again. Let's see here. Oh, I'm really a little bit off. I should have started this thing. All right, so we said hello to Grizzly Bear Greg. Here you go, right here. XXI Gaming, welcome. What's good, everyone? Thank you for being here.
Hey, XXI, good to see you, man.
And Watermelon Sugar Crypto High. I'm going to buy some watermelon and make a smoothie. Okay. Well, I'm influencing you in a good way. The smoothies are good, but they do give you a spike.
No, Larry, no. We're content creators. We're not influencers. We don't want to get sued.
Standpoint.
You know, this isn't nutritional advice. You know.
Yeah.
Never mind.
No, it's true. Well, we can give nutritional advice. We just can't give financial advice. Lazy Jedi. This is the crypto show you're looking for, and you're joined by Waddy, Sean, and Max, and myself. So we're grateful that you guys are here. Mr. MD. He's a big time debater. Greetings, fam. It's your boy from across the pond. All right. Well, he's
Mr. Debater.
He spends a lot of time debating. Let's just say that. It keeps it clean. All right. Sobo is here. And Tab Cunningham. Evening, Larry and Max and the whole CTM fam, which is also Sean, the Crypto Smith, and Waddy, the Crypto Hunter, in case you guys are wondering.
Hola, Senor Cunningham.
And Larry is officially in the bidet club now. Mr. Lambo's Crypto Talk. Powell said that there would be some more rate hikes. I think it's going to go the other way. How far will Bitcoin go down if these rates continue to go up? I think it's going to go the other way. I think they're going to cut. I think they're going to either keep rates the same or cut them. You're going to be surprised, but you're going to see. But let's just see. I'm talking about this first quarter here. But yeah, we'll get to that. Let me just make sure I got everybody in here. Oh, there is somebody else here. Oh my God, she's actually here. Caroline Ellison is here.
Oh, that's good.
Jake Paul. Yeah. No, we had Logan Paul, right? Was it Logan?
Oh boy.
Charles Barkley comes and says hello.
Isn't that sad?
Jack.
You could just show somebody's picture and instantly laugh. You know? Oh, I'm so grumpy. I had a bad case of the Mondays. All right, hold on. Boom, Caroline Ellison. Look at that. You know what I mean? Just anyway, sorry.
No, it's fine. So let me ask the roundtable here. What's going to happen? First of all, if the rate hikes happen, they're asking here, Mr. Lambo's Crypto Talk, how far is Bitcoin going to go down? So first of all, let me ask everybody here: are the rates going to be going up or down? Are they going to make an announcement to increase interest rates, the Fed, or are they going to cut interest rates, or are they just going to kind of let them stay the same? Anybody want to grab that first?
Well, before we have somebody answer that real quick, I want to state this because I tried this out on the show yesterday, and that is this. We don't ask for super chats and all that. I mean, it'd be great. Don't get me wrong. All we do ask is you guys hit that like button. Now, yesterday, I put it to a real test. I mentioned it multiple times. and we had a whole flood of people hit that like button. When that happens, you do see us go up the next level, if you will, like from 40 to 50, 50 to 60. We got 65 people on yesterday. So again, that's all we ask. It's free, doesn't cost you anything. Simply hit that like button. But anyway, to get into it, I think Wadi was going first. Go ahead, Wadi. I apologize.
Oh no, it's all right. I was just saying I think it's gonna go up. Plenty of reasons, but my final Bitcoin prediction, I still hold on to it. I believe in it. It's gonna happen. 12 to 10K. That's it.
12 to 10K. Okay, how about you, Sean? Thoughts on interest rates and the price of Bitcoin in 2023?
So I'm going to say January 31st, they're going to raise it a quarter, basically 0.25. And I think they're going to raise it. The Fed right now wants to see solid evidence that inflation is dropping, right? And we're getting back to at least leveling off before they make any changes with what they want to do. So Bitcoin, as far as I'm concerned, the market prices in a lot of these things, right? If things go just the way they've been going and nothing, no black swan events come out in the next couple of months, I think we might slowly go down to 15, maybe 14, but I don't know that we're going to go too much lower than that. Just my personal opinion, unless something bad happens. But like I said, the market always adjusts accordingly in advance. And so just because the Fed comes out and they raise rates a little bit, the market usually doesn't go lower because the general public assumed that's what was going to happen. So if they went crazy and raised it a full percent or just did something just off the chart, yeah, we could see, some real market volatility. But I don't know. I think just more of the same.
What do you think, Max? Up or down or stay the same?
I'm with Sean on that. I was with him before. I'm going to say no more than 25 basis points. That simply seems like it makes sense. But I want to show something real quick. Shout out to Tim Shea, who, showed me this earlier. It is from, for instance, Watcher Guru. So this is in reference to kind of like what we're talking about. So basically the Fed agreed that rate cuts shouldn't happen in 2023, citing risk of inflation accelerating faster than anticipated. There's a full thing in regards to this. I'm just going to go there for just a moment. I know I don't have that particular page up, but what's going to state is the Fed raised interest rates by 50 BPS on December 15th. That was the last time I think we were talking about this. And of course, they continued to be a prolonged and fierce economic tightening. But, here's the way we got to look at it. The officials want, quote unquote, robust evidence, like they mentioned. But the main thing is they're planning to cut down on the specific rates. But, as far as inflation going crazy, I think this is, again, kind of like back to what Sean was mentioning. They don't want to go nuts with raising it too high. And does it work out? Well, we're going to see what's going to happen. So, yeah, I'm sticking with that whole 25. Back to you, Larry.
I think in a surprising move, you're going to see the Fed cut interest rates. I think that you're gonna be surprised, but let's just leave it at that. I think the announcement, like Sean said, is the 31st of January or the 1st of February, something like that. But I think they're going to surprise everybody, and that could be one of my catalysts for the bull run. But we're going to have to wait and see. I'll tell you what, if that happens, and also XRP wins the case in January, which I don't think now is going to happen because I made that prediction way back in June, but things just are not moving fast enough. But let's say hello to Mentalek. Hello, is it me you're looking for? Lionel Richie. KJ Kong is here. Hi, guys. What are your thoughts on Jasmine coin?
My thoughts on Jasmine coin is it's got a very, very attractive risk to reward ratio. It's looked upon as being the Bitcoin of Japan. You're starting to see the regulators, no, not Warren G and Nate Dogg, but the regulators of Japan starting to take a step back. They're loosening a lot of the regulations that they came so hard down on. And at these particular price levels for Jasmine, which is well under a penny, I came in at roughly, was it, I don't know, it's like 0.6 of a penny. Some other people came in, of course, at 3, maybe at 2.9. But, I bought 100,000 Jasmine a while back. I may get more. I wouldn't mind owning 1 million of those, to be honest. So I'm very bullish on that for the long term. And I just feel as though it's just a matter of time before that pays off. Absolutely.
Anybody else have holding in Jasmine?
I haven't bought in yet. I've been planning to. It's on my radar 100%. And yeah, I want to have at least more or less zero max, either 1 million or 500,000.
Yeah, I've seen it, looked at it a little bit. I really haven't done a lot of research into it, but I mean the supply isn't out of control, so it looks like it could be, something if they got some utility and some traction out there that I'd jump in on it.
I look at it as, just real quick, I wanted to add to that, and that is kind of like the whole thing that happened with XRP. XRP was, at the $4 range and so on. Jasmine also was like at $3.50, $4, if I'm not mistaken. And then, of course, when that whole thing happened with, Japanese regulation, if you will, like their version of the SEC, right? That suppressed the price of it. And now it's basically like, at liquidated prices. So, I just think, this is the time to basically hold some. You don't even have to do a lot of research into it. I know I shouldn't say that. I always tell people to do lots of research, but you could literally be like, that concept that we did in 2021 where you blindly throw a dart at the dartboard. Jasmine, I hate to say is kind of like that concept to a sense, because you could just literally, enter a position, walk away from it, and later on when regulations aren't as the tight grasp, you have like that pressure cooker effect where it takes off, especially in a bull run. That's what excites me. So anyway,
I have one other thing I want to say to Larry. Okay. Larry, with such a bold prediction that they're actually going to lower rates. Okay, here's what I'm going to do. If they lower rates at all this first time, I'm going to send you 100 XRP. Just so you can start your bag, right?
Okay, there we go. I would thank you so much, Sean. It is a bold prediction. I kind of like to go against the grain sometimes, but I do want to make a special announcement because everyone says XRP, and since Sean is here, so this is appropriate because Sean, that's his number one is XRP, and I understand why. So I want to get Max afterwards, either tonight or tomorrow, to send me a link to KuCoin, right? Because you can get XRP on KuCoin.
Mm-hmm.
Send me a link so we could both make a few bucks. What did they give you? $20, $50? And because I'm going to buy, I'm not going to say when I'm going to do it, but in the coming time, very soon, maybe, if this, you know what I mean? I might have to do it because if I'm going to go with this bold prediction, I probably need to get in. And if there's rumors that maybe the settlement is coming close, so I'd be kind of like going against my own prediction if I didn't buy some, right? So Larry, come on, buy some XRP, not financial.
Okay, so right. Let me just repeat what Larry said, ladies and gentlemen. When XRP finally reach $1, he's gonna buy it.
That's basically the translation that I was trying to get to. I didn't know how to express it, but you so eloquently explained it to the audience. So basically, I'm going to have what did I say a long time ago? It's going to be called non-FOMO remorse. I'm going to be remorseful that I didn't FOMO in on XRP soon enough. But hopefully I think I'll get it under 40 cents. We'll see. It's still hovering around 30 some odd cents. What, 33, 34 cents. Lazy Jedi, thank you I want to make sure that everyone on this roundtable sees this comment. Thank you so much, Lazy Jedi. He says, just letting you wonderful content creators know these roundtable streams are fire.
Thanks, Lazy Jedi. Yeah, this is the crypto roundtable you've been looking for.
There you go. And then let's get some people to weigh in on the thoughts on the interest rates. So Boomer F. Sooner says the rates will continue to rise through 2023. And here's another one. This is a good one a quick yes, no, maybe. Brian Dowie says, still think that Tether fails. Hope I'm wrong. Oh man, if Tether fails or if Binance gets in major trouble, I think those are two big things that could crash the market. But does anyone else think that Tether still has a chance of failing?
Always. There's always a chance.
Oh, go ahead, Sean.
I mean, just in the fact that they're really not showing any reserves at all. They're not proving what they have. They just want everybody to believe them. And I think this is one thing that somebody large out there, some whale out there, can manipulate this and kill it, for whatever reason they want to. And And if that happens, then I mean, all bets are off. We're in the dark ages in crypto for a few years.
You feel as though that there could very well be like a Mr. Wang, if you will, from Tether, just like there was from FTX, something like that.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, if FTX, if that's what they were able to do, go in and take down Terra Luna, which is, that's the rumor, and then all the subsidiaries, then yeah, that's somebody could go in and do the same. All they have to do is show people that there are no assets, or they're not enough assets there to back things up and cause a huge panic sell, and they're not going to be able to sell quick enough any other their back end assets to save it. It'll go down quick.
Yeah, I was kind of thinking the same analogy, like or comparison, like the Terra Luna style. It's like once they saw it was vulnerable, that algorithmic stablecoin setup, they just went in and attacked it. Whoever did it, but a group of people perhaps. But let's say hello to Michael Montclair. He says, "What's up?"
Hey, Michael, good to see you.
And
Boomer, effing sooner.
I am hating myself, guys, because
you're not a sooner.
No, because Bunk still continue going bunkers. And I was going to jump in yesterday. And then I was like, no, it's too high. It's practically, yeah, I was in the 20s and now it's about to hit 40. It's around the 37.
Wow.
Oh, which one is that one now called?
Bunk. Yep.
Never heard of it.
I spoke about it yesterday for a bit. I said, be careful. It might be a money grab for Solana, but there's still money to be made if they list it on Huobi. They listed it on like 15 exchange, one after the other.
I didn't hear that one. Let's do this right here. There's a good segue here to talk about YouTube channels. So the first one on the screen there is check out Michael Montclair's channel. I'm going to try to bring all these up here. He's got the link there. Tim Shea, your crypto commissioner, is right on top of it. Let's see if it's going to let me share. So you can check out Michael Montclair, but you can also check out right here Waddy the Crypto Hunter right here. So you're on the march. You're on a mission. You're almost at 1,000 subscribers. That's a big milestone. I think the algorithm will really start to favor your channel once you hit that. It seems like a magic number. So that's good. So you're doing good. You've been talking about, oh, look at that. New York and the banks, new rules. And FTT.
The live stream.
The live stream is more up to date. Okay. There we go. Okay. Bonk. There it is. Bonk went crazy. That's the one you were just talking about. Okay. Yep. BONK. And all right. And then also we've got the Crypto Smith, Sean here, of course. He's going to send me after the Fed lowers interest rates this first quarter. He's sending 100 XRP out of the that's kind of cool. But so let's see here. Still talking about Meta. Oh, you just did one. MetaMonkey AI continues to build.
Just dropped one right before I got on the stream.
Cool.
Nice.
On your way to 2,000 subscribers, so that's cool. We don't talk about us enough, so I just want to say that thank you to everybody out there. We are almost at 9,000 subscribers. Max has been crushing it. Yeah, Max has been crushing it with all the content here on mostly Quant, XRP, XLM. Let me just see here. Let's get the content up here. Why is it not letting me go in here? Dang, dashboard. Let's see. It's not giving me that option. All right. So here it is. Yeah. So basically, I just want to thank Max for all the videos he's been making. This one here, Max, are you like, it almost looked like you were like a deep sea diver here. You're kind of floating away a little bit.
Yeah. Think about the subliminal message behind that. Go back.
It's a deep dive, right? Yeah.
Yeah. I'm deep diving into a swimming pool and I'm extremely bullish on Quant. There's a bull literally in the swimming pool, Olympic sized swimming pool. Yeah. I try to be creative anyway.
Cool stuff. And then this one, mass adoption on Quant, Stellar, XLM, LCX, XRP, a bunch of stuff.
Actually, go on for a second. How's that Stellar one doing? You know, that's cool. That's 2 in a row for Stellar over 1,000 views. So people really have been appreciating that I've been focusing just specifically on Stellar. Like I'm not just, well, you know, once in a while, like for instance, you got the one that says utility run, XRP, XLM, Quant, XDC. But you know, for instance, that one is specific, Stellar XLM, worldwide mass adoption. And then the one before that, which was, I think it's at like 5,100 views or something like that. Yeah, there's a want and need for people to talk specifically about just Stellar in itself, like not including XRP. And just, can you give me some hot breaking news when it comes to Stellar? I think it was Brian Dowie mentioned it, or somebody else mentioned it, like, I don't know who it was, but somebody mentioned specifically, yeah, you see a bunch of XRP videos, but you hardly ever see XLM. And that is true. So with that said, I am trying to up my game when it comes to that and get that out there. Go ahead.
And this is Michael Monclair's channel right here, and of course part of the CTN family. So thank you, Tim, for plugging Michael Monclair.
Yeah, thank you, Tim.
But so you've been getting a good reception on those XLM. There's not a lot of content. We're going to reach out to Molt Money, who used to cover, say, Tom, I know, Max, that was your idea. How about this covering XLM, right?
Yeah, no, yeah, we do want to reach out to him. I didn't mean to cut you off. I'll state this, right? So we're always talking about supply and demand. Technically speaking, we could apply that to content creation. There's a tremendous amount of supply and demand for XLM content, but it's very It's very scarce. All right, I had to anyway.
I'm just looking at the comments, and Mr. MD says he also thinks that Tether's going to fail. Salamander in space. Okay, if you know XRP will be huge, why not buy now when it's on sale and it works as utility? I love everybody here. You know, everyone, you guys can all be my financial advisor because I'm not going to sue you guys. So it's everybody's really encouraging me. You know, there's a bunch of ambassadors for XRP. There's a bunch of, you know, high-level sales people here trying to tell me, Larry, come on, just hurry up. All right. So Ryan, I'm going to say it again. This crypto doesn't matter where you invest. It's a matter of time. Any coin you think or can afford to buy thousands or millions of coin like Shiba Nu or Doge coin, just buy it and wait. Hold it.
That's one way of looking at it. Yeah.
What is Tether?
That goes to the DCA. If you think, like, if you're a long-term play here, you know, it's 5 years, 10 years, whatever, then the price today is irrelevant, right? And obviously the price today is going to be much, much less than the price a year from now or 5 years from now. So, you know, I think the question always is, what are you waiting for?
Yep.
Larry, buy some XRP, damn it.
It's funny. Well, waiting for those like $1,000 donation that says, Larry, buy XRP. Brian Dowie, we need floating head Max back in action.
Yeah, I could definitely do that sometime. I just didn't want the focus to be on me when we're doing a roundtable. You know what I mean? Because think about it, like, if I have a floating head, to me that's not. I don't know. Unless you guys want to do, you know, get a green screen. You know what? How about this? If you guys are cool with it, maybe in the future, we think that, Sean and Wadi, maybe in the future we do the attack of the floating heads. And we're just all of us floating heads because we're wearing a green screen T-shirt.
A green shirt.
Yeah.
Sure, that should be fun.
Yeah,
we could try
I can do
that. Sobo says, Max, you're giving the best quant coverage on YouTube. Slam dunk, so encouraging.
Oh man, it's humbling to say the least. Thank you. Really appreciate that. You know, people like the content. That means a lot.
Let's say hello to a couple new people here. New biscuits. New people. You got to risk it to get the biscuit. Look into QSP. Max, are you familiar with QSP or anybody else here? QSP?
Quantum Stamp, right?
No.
Is that what it is?
Pretty sure it's Quantum Stamp. But if that's not Quantum Stamp, then I'll have to look more into that. But Risk It Biscuit, why does he remind me of Blue Whale Ricky? Are you related to Blue Whale Ricky? Are you having brisket? Anyway.
Guys, we hit the like button. We're approaching 50 people here. And here's somebody new. David Clay, thank you so much. MMAI, your future wallet bro. You're welcome. Thank you. Send me the check in the mail. So, yeah, we have 2 MMAI content creators here. You know, Max and I were the first to talk about it, but we've got people that are up on top of it every single day, and they're right here, Sean and Wadi. So what's your thoughts on the wallet? Let's talk about MMAI for a couple minutes since we have this comment up here.
Okay, Sean, should I go first? You go first.
Go ahead, Wadi.
Well, MMAI, I love the project. I love the wallet that they have done. Right now, it is a beta version, so you gotta be careful. Don't put in your life saving in it just yet. But if you want to test it out, by all means, I downloaded it to my phone, been testing it out a bit. I love the online, offline toggle button, which basically, when if I don't want any transaction going to that app, I could just turn it online and offline. So the minute I go turn into offline, then that's it. Any internet traffic is not going into the wallet. So the best part about the wallet, it's the for only $49.95, you'll be able to turn into a cold storage. Now, don't get me wrong, people. That $49.95 is still yours. Whenever you feel like, let's say, for example, right now it's worth $49.95, and later on in the future it's worth $500. If you don't need the cold storage feature no more, you could just sell your token and that's it, and sell it along with whatever you got there. So the metaverse, I've been testing it out, crazy, loving it. And I think it has a bright future, in my opinion, as long as they keep delivering, as long as, they stick to what they've been doing, which is, they don't, how is it, overpromise and over deliver?
Under deliver, yeah.
Yeah, and under deliver. So
The unofficial Saitama.
exactly.
Okay.
They have been delivering everything they have said, and that's why I'm so bullish on it.
Sean, do you want to add anything to what he said about MMA?
Well, yeah, I mean, for obviously Wadi, yeah, he knows what's going on with the wallet. He said pretty much everything. There's just it is a cold storage, and some people say, well, it's just cold storage on your phone. What's the big deal? Well, it's maybe perhaps not the first. There may be one or two others that have tried this on your mobile device, but this one is going to be much more simple to use. And then the offline, portion where you can do offline transactions, which probably isn't going to affect, a lot of us here because we don't really need to use that. So this is for other parts of the world that don't have the same, internet access and Wi-Fi that we enjoy here in the, in a lot of the first world. So I'm very bullish on it. And then the Metaverse 2 is really exciting. Just to be able to go in there and actually look, every time they do an update, you notice more detail. You notice something else they've added another block or some other feature. So, it's kind of cool to watch this thing, just grow right in front of your eyes, and then be, a very small part of this, just kind of getting the word out there. But what Wadi said really about the management and the devs, what we'll call the devs, but these are business owners who make themselves available to the Twitter spaces and to, Telegram groups like us. Sometimes we have discussions and we get, some info from the CEO. So it's nice to see. It's good to see, and it's welcome in this space. So go check out my last video on it. I pretty much explain all of the latest updates.
Yeah, and what the other thing we forgot to mention is the layer 2 blockchain. So yes, that's going to be fascinating. Sean, you can take it away from there.
So layer 2, once they develop this blockchain, and this hasn't, not all the details are out there, so they don't really know. Obviously, they're building as they go, and it should be out. I think they've said in 6 months or so, in the middle of the year ish. I believe that could really give the token real actual utility and a reason for people to purchase, to be able to transact and all that kind of stuff. Plus the wallet is going to be used inside the metaverse as well with the token. So you're going to have all kinds of utility, unlike a lot of these other projects where, it's good for the project, but not so good for the token holder.
Yeah.
Any thoughts on excuse me, any thoughts on Telcoin?
Telcoin, I haven't been keeping up with it, but once upon a time it was on my must-have list. But I don't, like I said, I haven't been keeping up with it. So I'll have to do my research again and see if it's still gonna keep a spot on the top list.
Can I ask you guys a question? So speaking of something like Telcoin and a lot of, the dozens of other projects out there that people like to point out, do you guys ever run into this problem where somebody suggests you go research a certain coin, but you don't want to research it because if you like it, that means I'm going to have to try to liquidate something I have or move things around and try to buy more of it. And it drives me nuts. I'm like, I don't have any more money. I can't just keep up into all these awesome projects.
Yeah, exactly. That's my complaint about there being 22,000 projects, because not all of them are great. Obviously, there are so many good ones, and it's like going to a store and there being too many choices. It's a little bit overwhelming, because you can say, well, why didn't you get this one? I mean, even with the ISOs, there's so many good choices there. Yeah. But yeah, Max, you were about to say something.
Well, my answer to that basically is like how I've been going about it for well over 2 years now. So, and that is, you have a watch list. You always want to have that watch list, and that watch list for me, is like, some people think is ridiculous because I need to shorten it down, but it's anywhere from 250 to 300 different coins and tokens. Then from there, I have about roughly 50 in my portfolio, and then from there, also have what I refer to as a short list. Whatever I take from my watch list that makes it to my short list are the ones where I'm doing the whole concept of, well, dang, man, I really do need to, kind of like what you're mentioning, Sean. I like this. Well, what am I going to do to get some more of this specifically? Well, those end up being kind of like on my short list back burner, if you will, because for me personally, and I know I always talk about Quant, but that's where it's at right now for me. It's like, I mentioned, I'm not the only one who mentions this. We'll be priced out of Quant eventually, right? So it's going to be an issue, kind of like Bitcoin to a sense. It's like not a lot of people own a full Bitcoin. The only people that own a full Bitcoin are the ones who got in really, really early. So I'm looking at it from the perspective, okay, 2013, Bitcoin was, at the beginning was roughly around $100. That, of course, had a huge blast off and so on. You could draw the correlation to Quant. So I can't give anybody financial advice, but I will state this much. It's like, if your goal is to have an entry point into Quant, then at least make it like maybe a half a Quant and then DCA more into it, because it's becoming more and more scarce, and eventually it's going to be deflationary. So it's going to be even that much more scarce based off of that circulating supply. So when I got pinned down the other day, when somebody says, well, Max, you got to pick one. And I said, well, it's kind of like a tie between XRP and Quant. Quant actually gets the edge due to those following reasons. So anyway.
Let me just say hello to 3 people here that just joined us. Rafael Santos, of course, is back. OG of OGs. Thank you for being here. And here's somebody new.
Rafael.
Whiskey Tango Foxtrot 420.
That's a cool avatar, man. That dog, he's all thugged out, like Tupac said back on that Daz Dillinger album, Thug Pound. Anyway.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you so much for being here. And then we have G Puma 83, not to be confused with G Puma 84. Have not seen you before either. Thank you so much for being here. Looks like his avatar is an uppercase G. Consider changing it to something else that speaks of you so we can recognize you even more. How many Quant to financial freedom? Is his question.
Depends on how soon you want to get to that financial freedom. So when I tell people, for instance, a minimum of 10 Quant, what's that based on? That's based on, for instance, like 100,000 per Quant in the future, which I see getting to that. Some people think I'm crazy, but I see getting to that eventually. Now, if your financial freedom is like, well, I want to get 100 Quant because my goal is, I heard that Quant's going to get to 11K within a couple years, then okay, that's what, $1.1 million. So then, yeah, you would need to get 100 quant. So again, it all is dependent on how long you're willing to wait to sit on that nest egg, if you will, and let it grow, right, in value. Some people aren't willing to wait, 2 years, 5 years, and so on. Some people just, so if that's the case, then yeah, that's where you would literally need to stack your quant. So again, it's just all dependent on it. But my consistent one is, I always mention to people 10 QNT. I think it should be, well, for me personally, my minimum goal. And then my preference is 20, but I don't know. What happens after I hit 20? Do you keep DCA into it? Probably. Yeah. But eventually the prices are going to go up crazy amounts. I mean, some people even complain about some of these prices right now because it's looked at upon being a large market cap gem, because it's over 100. Some people are like, that's just too much. I'd rather put, $100 into that, into owning a bunch of XDC or owning a bunch of XLM or XRP and so on. So it just depends on what your goals are, how fast you're looking to, achieve some of that.
Yep.
Let me bring in something here. We have never really talked too much about it. I'm familiar with it. I first found out about it last year from one of the guys that came to work on my internet, which another guy came today from Spectrum. Michael Montclair says, what about Pi token? I've been mining that for 2 years, 1,500 so far. It has 35 plus million users. I did hear it had a lot of users. I didn't know it had that many. Will be huge. Does anyone have any thoughts on Pi token?
Waddy.
Yes, me.
Oh, Waddy's in it.
So Pi, I love the project. I've been mining for about a year and a half. I got 1,200. Yeah, 1,200 Pi. Unfortunately, I won't get the full 1,200 because the people that I recommended it to haven't done the KYC. So you got a KYC in order to release the other tokens. Long story short, it is a great project. It's a project that was built by students on Stanford University, PhD, and the fact that Huobi Global listed it, it went to $345, which at the time, with the token that I had available, it was around 200K. Unfortunately, there was no way to deposit to Huobi Global, and that has a lot of people upset because the core team claims that they didn't authorize the listing. My question is, and this is where it doesn't make sense to me, they didn't authorize the listing, but yet they continue to list it on other exchange, and even now they have a wrap Pi through the BNB side.
Wrapped
So
pie. That sounds funny. Anyway,
yeah,
it just sounds funny. Here's some wrapped pie. Anyway,
my question is, if they're not given the authority, the team, the actual team, they made a statement, made it publicly on Twitter and everything, then how the heck are they doing that without any concerns of getting sued or something? That's the part that doesn't make sense.
Anybody else want to talk about Pi? I think you, Max, did you look into Pi before? I know you can mine it.
I've heard about the Pi network before. The only thing I could say is this. I mean, I think there's still opportunity there. I haven't researched it as much as Waddy and so on. So I haven't gotten, all into it, took a, deep dive and, decided to personally invest into it and so on. But I've consistently heard some really good things. And I think it was December, if I'm not mistaken, wasn't it up over 200% and so on, right, Waddy? Something like that.
Yeah, man. I mean, I'm telling you, it went crazy, and $345 per pie. That's pretty good. Now, one thing I gotta say though, there's something with Pi Network and the Tesla phone, or better yet, and Elon Musk, that he even was thinking that the Twitter coin rumor was gonna be under the Pi Network blockchain.
Hmm.
And the Tesla phone is called Model Pi. And you got the Pi symbol, which is the token symbol on the actual phone. So there's a lot behind that we don't know, but obviously it is going to be a big thing because 35 million user, there's actually people that are accepting Pi because you could transfer, like let's say for example, if Sean has a Pi wallet, and let's say he want to buy a car with it, and let's say we're going by the price on the exchange, which right now is 100 and something because it dropped. So Sean gives me whatever
Oh,
equals
jeez, Brian. God.
weapon,
Sorry.
whatever equals in I don't know, $20,000 car. Sean passes it on to me. I'll give him the car. I'll stay with the pot. So there's people doing that on other businesses and stuff.
Yeah, I don't know a whole lot about
Okay, let's see.
Brian Dow, you're a horrible, horrible person. Bad, Brian.
Tim Shea says, Raphael, I would at least take out my initial investment, but it's up to you, of course. Good luck with it. I think you might be talking about maybe Bonk. Let's see. KKK. Damn it. Don't sell your kidney, man. All right.
Yeah, like what they did in Louisiana, was it years ago?
Risk it for the biscuit. It said that only 0.17 people will be able to hold one quant. We are early. Okay, good point.
You know what? I'm going to bring up something. I want to share based off of that comment real quick. This is something I wanted to show you guys earlier. But now that we're kind of on a topic just for a brief moment, I do want to show you guys this, and that is this right here. So it says, for instance, Quant out here with a 99.1% buy rating on Coinbase. You know, like today's topic was to be bullish, or I was at least on that particular deep dive. Who's the 0.9% though, right? But look at this. This is crazy, right? So you got that 1.4 billion market cap. Look at this volume, right? It's up 111%, 41.9 million. Circulating supply, 83% of total circulating supply. But look, trading activity, 99.1% buy. You can't even see it. Is there another crypto out there that has that extremely high buy ratio? A lot of times, like when we look at some of these other ones, like I remember when I used to be excited when I saw, for instance, Shiba Inu was like at 80%. Quant's at 99.1% popularity, number 23rd overall. That's really impressive.
Yeah, I'm still I feel very fortunate I was able to get in. I got in a little while ago with Quant. I got in near the $50 range, so it's awesome. It was good. It was good for me to grab my first 10 or 15 at under $70. So it was nice.
Ooh, very good.
I like how you just kind of nonchalantly said that, Sean. Like my first 10 or 15, that's my shoulder off. You know what I mean?
I'm trying to get you're right though. It gets harder, man. It hits that $100 mark and over, and I'm like, man, I can.
Yeah.
Even a couple $100, you get two. That's it.
And that's the whole thing. It's just like, and then what's going to happen is, we're talking about these particular price levels. We're complaining about Quant being around $100, $105, $106 and so on. But when that thing goes in to 500 or 1,000, then there's all that FOMO. It's like, why aren't you guys FOMOing in at these particular price levels? But that is how it works with anything and everything. Bitcoin, Ethereum, you name it.
Yes. And you're correct. Listen, think about the people. There were people back in the day who complained about $100 Bitcoin. And then the people who complained about $100 Ethereum, and then and so on. So, and that's, and a $10 BNB token. It's just right. Those people missed out. They're like, "No, I'm going to wait till it comes back down, into $50, and then I'll buy it more." Well, at some point it never did, and then you paid a higher price for it.
All right.
I hope I'm not one of those people that missed out on these things. Salamander. Well, we know that if I'm right, at least if my prediction's right, you're going to send me 100 XRP. So
yeah, you're at least going to get 100, right?
I'm at least going to get 100.
Well, thank God for that, Larry. Thank God for that. Thank you. God bless you, Sean.
Salamander in space, the XDC commander, of course. Thank you for the $5 donation. There is no way XRP will settle with the SEC for 1.3 billion after hundreds of millions spent by XRP. The SEC needs to state what is a security and what's not. That's the problem I have with the SEC, is that they're not clear on anything and they just automatically go after everybody without providing clarity. So
remember that. Yeah. The 1.3, whatever fine they would pay if they were willing to settle is only one half of the equation, right? The other half of the equation, we know that they're not going to settle unless they get exactly what they want. Brian Garlinghouse has stated that multiple times. So even if they offer a settlement like, "Hey, we'll make this go away," but then give them no clarity on current sales of XRP, then there's no deal, no settlement.
Yeah, Brad Garlinghouse has said that before. You're right.
Mass Debater, he says, "I'm one of those people." He caught me with reading it now. I'm one of those people. All right, so I also am one of the people for Bitcoin. So I had a chance of buying Bitcoin back in 2013 in the $600 range, and I was going to buy, I don't know, maybe like probably 5 or 10 of them, and I did not buy them. And I was talked out of it by a neighbor who was a friend at the time. I don't live there anymore, but yeah, so you can, well, now I got a bunch of people screaming at me, telling me to buy stuff. So that's a little different. I was telling him I was going to buy. He's like, no, you don't want to do that. You don't want to mess with Bitcoin. Did anybody else miss out on buying Bitcoin really cheap at some point?
Yeah. Somebody told me about it. I was like, this looks like some kind of Chinese scam. And if I actually would have listened to that person, then maybe we both would have been rich. Instead, that person must be blessing me right now from head to toe. Because Bitcoin went as far as 69K. When I heard about it, it was still around 400.
Crypto McDizzle, what's up? Crypto Mike,
Mike
aka Michael Cornwall. Thank you for being here.
AKA Crypto McDizzle for Shizzle and Nizzle for show.
Yeah, you know what? I remember reading an article in a magazine on an airplane back in probably late 16, early 17, and thinking kind of the same thing, Wadi's saying. I'm like, how long is this really going to last? I mean, there wasn't a huge ecosystem like there is now, like it's exploded. But just a cursory glance of it, I'm like, I don't know. Maybe it doesn't do anything. And then I don't get in until late 2017, right? So I was looking at Ethereum at like $8, and I didn't get any, because I'm an idiot. So that was my story.
Yeah. Man, I hope I'm not talking like this 5 years from now saying, man, I was looking at XRP at 34 cents and luckily my prediction was right. So I did get 100, but I could have. All right. Well, hindsight's always 20/20 though as well. But let's see here. Larry, when Sean sends you XRP, you can take some profits and buy a bidet. Now, I will not be buying a bidet, and I will not be buying any more Saitama either. I can go with the bidet. Mr. MD, I was flirting with Bitcoin when it was $200 and Ethereum, same as Sean, when it was 8 to 13, thought they were too steep and thought it's not going to last. So, yeah, so we might be, so you guys are, is everyone in concurrence here? Is that a word? Does everyone agree that Quant we're looking at has the potential of being like the next Bitcoin? Are we looking at a Bitcoin moment in the form of Quant?
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree 100%.
Really? So Quant's the one. So well, I have to. So why would I bother with the other ones? I mean, should I just stick with XRP and Quant, or should you also go after XDC and XLM? I mean, what would you prioritize them or spread them all? Would you take your chunk of money and spread it out evenly amongst them, or would you kind of be?
It's always good to diversify because the problem is when you put all your eggs in one basket, and let's say you trip and that basket falls out of your hand, they're gone.
Yep.
So
The eggs are broken. Yeah, I'll say this, and this is something I consider often because I'm a bit of a pessimist at heart. So I look at what I have, and not just in crypto, but in a lot of things, and I say, well, what if I'm betting on the wrong horses? What if I've got 10 cryptocurrencies I've got, all my money into, and 10 years from now, those aren't the ones, or maybe only one or two of them, really did what they said they were going to do. And some others got tripped up along the way and caught up in regulation, or some other companies bought them out, or you never know what's going to happen. So you got to, like Max says, you have your list of tokens, the ones you're watching, see what happens with them. Maybe you have to make some moves and you have to liquidate out of one and move some more into another. Like, you have to be willing to do that as we go forward. Cause I don't think, not all of these are going to be, gold mines. So and this is why I don't buy Bitcoin, because Quant probably has besides XRP, but we'll put that aside. Quant probably has the largest price movement available to it based on supply and utility. So I'm going to say that could be your best bet as far as making money in the future. Just my personal opinion, but.
Well, thanks for that. Yeah.
Salamander in Space, thank you for the $2 donation. I already own Saitama. Larry will buy Saitama before XRP, guys. Well, I wouldn't do that now, but I already have a small bag. I have a moon bag of Saitama left. Why? Because it would cost just too much to sell it. At this point, I've cashed out so much. But yeah, I do have Saitama. They did finally give me my airdrop tokens, and not financial advice, but I would not recommend buying any more Saitama. But that's just me. But you guys can do what you want. But yeah, XRP. I mean, I don't know. Like, I like what you said, Sean. Don't look at the market cap. Look at the utility, because to most things, I'm always looking at the market cap. But this is like Quant, XRP, these ISOs, XLM, XDC. They're all like technology companies. They're all have a foundation of technology to them. They're not just like, like there's a segment of cryptos where you're just that are pure speculation. And then there's like, the pump and dumps. And then there's like the low caps, let's just, gamble with some money, here and there, that we had all the memes and stuff. So this stuff is like, high level technology that you're investing in. So we're coming up on almost at an hour and 15 minutes. We're going to start to wind down a little bit here. I'll get through some more comments to make sure we said hello to everybody. But yeah, so here's somebody. Yeah. Jesse Thomas, thank you so much for being here. Welcome back. He says, hey guys.
Nice looking cutlass.
And Mr. MD says, can't go wrong with Quant, XRP, XLM, XDC, HBAR, and EGLD. What's everyone's thoughts on Filecoin? Jesse Thomas wants to know.
No, I could take that first, or whoever wants to take it.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Filecoin has proven that it's been probably one of the best swing trades of 2022 in a bear market. I just want to state that. We always talk about, for instance, like 2021, you had toward the end of that run, the ones you blindly throw a dart at the dartboard and you came out big on it. Right? That's why there was so many people got into meme coins. Well, when it comes to Filecoin, I'm telling you this much: last year for 2022, you did have the perfect scenario where you went anywhere from 2 to 3 weeks, maybe a month at the most. It was consistent with those decent yields or that rate of return on those particular swing trades. I think Filecoin is great for both swing trades and even long term. I'll put it this way: I put in about $4,000 into BTT, which is a BitTorrent. Yeah, so that was a while back. That was like summer 2021. That one, it's boring, but eventually, you'll get there and so on. But I wish I would have put that money into Filecoin instead. So, those two have similar utilities. It's just that Filecoin is a little bit more better quality, if you will. I'm not going to do a deep dive into like Filecoin right now, but yeah, I mentioned it before. Filecoin is it's a really great swing trade. And if that's what you're looking to do for the short term, you're I don't really see many people getting wrecked on that personally. They look into it yourself. Look at those particular, the price action bi-weekly and bi-monthly, if you will. It's been one of the standout ones. That Polygon was probably like one of the best performers of 2022. You couldn't go wrong with either one of those. Not financial advice, but just look into it. You'll see it was consistent.
Let's quickly say hello and welcome to somebody new. Vikid Edwards, thank you so much for being here. But yeah, let's start to wrap things up here. Let's talk about Wadi real quick. Wadi, if you have any parting words, if you want to mention anything that you're going to cover on your channel soon, or just address the audience with any type of announcement for yourself.
Just want to say my name is Wadi the Crypto Hunter. But before that, thank you, Larry. Thank you, Max, for having me on your channel once again. It's always a pleasure.
Yeah, no problem.
Sean, it's always good seeing you, bro. Patches, you're probably snoring, but out to you too. All right, so as far as me, my name is Wadi the Crypto Hunter. I'm also a content creator. I try to provide as good of information as possible, just like everyone here on this panel. And I am trying to get to 1,000 subscribers. So if you guys can help me get to that 1,000 mark, I would really appreciate it. Then all I gotta do is work on the watch hour, which I'm not that far away from it. And that's it. Thank you, everyone.
All right. Thank you again, Wadi, for being here. And Sean, if you want to give us, you have any scoop? I know you just made one on MetaMonkey just a little under an hour ago, but is there anything else you want to address that you're going to be covering on your channel, or any other general announcement for yourself?
It's as always, I really appreciate you too. And Wadi, of course, as well. He's always been a good friend. You too, Patches. I don't want to forget Patches. But I would say I'm going to do more MetaMonkey content, obviously, and XRP content, some Quant and LCX, kind of make the channel a little more serious. And then I'm adding something to my videos now. So if you guys go check out my latest video, I'm starting to add like video overlays and trying to make it a little more interesting to keep, people's attention. Because, just sitting here watching me, talk about something and change, websites is a bit boring. So I'm trying to learn and grow my game that way. But let me know what you think on that newest video. And then I'll leave you with this parting word of wisdom. And this, I'm going to attribute this to Max, because I learn a lot from Max watching his videos, and Larry does good videos too. And I like Larry's shorts because he's good and he's very concise and to the point. So when you do research, and let's use Quant as an example, and you're looking for utility in a company and a token or a coin, you can go in there and go to Quant and look at who their partners are, like who are they partnered with, to see which very, very large companies are going to be utilizing their services in the future, and then go and look at those companies and see who they're partnered with, because that is going to trickle down through the entire financial system from the top down. And just for example, Oracle is a huge partner of Quant, the Quant network, and Oracle has a huge partnership with Cisco, and as a customer. So there's a ton of networks that you can see there that is going to blanket really the financial world that we live in sometime in the coming future. So when you're doing research, do stuff like that, right? And that's really going to get you excited about what the possibilities are hanging out there for us.
All right, cool. Thank you, Sean. And then let's give the last word to Max.
Well, the last word basically is going to be a closing segue, as Larry would say, in regards to Oracle and Quant. And I'm just going to do this real briefly before we wrap things up. And that is this right here. Sean was talking about the whole thing with Oracle. Shout out to Greg Lunt. So this will be on a particular recorded video. This is kind of a lead up to that. It says, breaking: Oracle remains the #1 fastest growing cloud provider according to acceleration, economy, moving to the number 4 in the overall cloud war ranks. We already established that Quant connection, but I need to show you guys this real quick before we close out. So for instance, you see the company list, you see, for instance, Oracle, you see that growth rate, 43%. But look at these big players that are with that. SAP, 38%, Google Cloud. We know, like, are you kidding me? You know how much stuff I have on Google Cloud as we speak? A lot of you guys are big fans of Amazon, AWS, so on and so forth. But again, that particular Quant connection, it's really, really something else. And then in closing, before I wrap up this completely, I want to state a couple of these highlights. So for instance, Oracle certifying Overledger. What is Overledger? Quant's operating system, right? For interoperability with a blockchain platform. My goodness, Quant provides an intermediary available solution certified in Oracle Cloud infrastructure. Quant is now working in a highly collaborative manner with what? Oracle to roll out solutions on the Oracle blockchain platform for a variety of sectors. Now, I'm going to state this, variety of sectors. A while back, we covered the whole thing when it came to the Pentagon, that particular, defense contracts, a $9 billion contract split with 4 different companies, and you had Oracle. And then you have, for instance, that connection that they have for the interoperability with Quant. When we talk about these utility runs, this is just, again, the tip of the iceberg, guys. And look at what Quant, all their partnerships, everything they bring to Web3. 100 plus blockchains. They make 100 plus blockchains interoperable. I mean, it's just, when I talk about Quant, I always get excited about it. And I like doing that. I like being able to be excited and also provide you guys great content in regards to the research. So really glad to be here tonight with you guys. And with that said, how about this? Why don't you close out, Larry?
Hey, I want to say something to Max, though.
Yeah,
Max,
sure.
Did I foreshadow your closing statement?
Yeah, yeah, that's why I was like, this is perfect timing.
we're right here, bud, right here.
Thanks, buddy.
We're on the
Appreciate
same
it.
wavelength. How about that? I do want to say hello before we say goodbye to Selmo Fudd. Thank you so much for being here. An OG of OGs of OGs.
Always good to see you, Selmo.
Yeah, he puts it right here.
Sir.
He says, this is what we want to recognize. Crypto Talk Now Roundtable. Thank you so much for being here. Every Wednesday night, it's going to be the roundtable. We hope to expand more guests and have our familiar faces here with Sean and Wadi. Hopefully they can come back every week, but we'd like to add more people to the roundtables because I think it'll be even more exciting. But I think you guys enjoy it. So thank you so much for your feedback. And we are still working on the game. We're going to come up with another day to do the game. We're going to start the game next week. It's going to be called the CTN Squares. It's going to be a lot of fun, but Max and I need a little more time to develop it and work with perhaps Sean and Wadi to get their feedback on the show as well. But thanks again, everyone that joined us. We'll be back again tomorrow at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Be good and be safe.
Night, everyone.
Have a good one.